As I stare into the mirror every day and watch the grey hairs begin to set in, I often ponder. Perhaps my judgment was skewed, perhaps my vision of the Courier is clouded by nostalgia for a gaming era that came and went, and now I'm sat here, like a bitter, angry old man, judging all forms of new media, with a lens so critical as I drink alcohol to replace my already dwindling personality, that you could almost call me a critical drink. I'm kidding. We don't do that here. But seriously, Fallout New Vegas is old. Like, old. 15 years is a very long time. And I think it's time that we pull out our thinking hats, don our inspector garbs, and smoke from our suspiciously long pipe that could be concealing all sorts of wacky concoctions and ask, is the Courier overglazed?
How dare you!
Well, if you're anything like me, chances are that if you click this video, you certainly are. You're of the mind that the Courier is one of, if not the strongest protagonist in the Fallout franchise, achieving feats that the others could only dream of coming close to, wrestling with a legendary Deathclaw, walking the Courier's mile, getting Red Lucy's Deathclaw eggs for Dinner Bell, and Dinner Bell alone, certainly nothing else.
But I'd like you to come.
But I often see a lot of non-New Vegas fans that are the type to comment and post on the Fallout subreddit with posts like, am I the only one that doesn't mind 76? Dude, you're on the... never mind. I see these people say that New Vegas fans ruin the fandom with the incessant ramblings of why the game is so good, and why it's the best in the series, or why they like the Courier. In fact, I see more people hating on New Vegas fans for pushing the game than I do New Vegas fans actually pushing the game. But I also see relatively silly takes like, could the Courier 6 beat V from Cyberpunk? And my obvious response to this is...
No.
Look, I like the Courier, they're cool and awesome, and have some of the best drip in the game, well, the franchise. But V's entire story revolves around them being built different because they're dying, and that's what gives them the ability to have all these cool gadgets without going cyber psycho. And even then, that last bit's a little bit questionable. In a wider spectrum, on games as a whole, I think the Courier is a little bit overglazed at times, often throwing them into matchups they have no business in being in. Could the Courier beat Master Chief? Could the Courier beat Kratos? Could the Courier beat High Score on wacky... I don't know, off track. There's a lot of characters in games that are seemingly nobodies, turned somebody through their actions, and a lot of characters who were born to be legendary. And what makes the Courier so fascinating is they're one of 3 Fallout protagonists who fit the former description. They became legendary through their actions, intentional or not, in a bid to survive the harshness of the world around them and get revenge on the man who did them wrong, even going as far as becoming fundamentally immortal through the Old World Blues DLCs. DLCs? DLC. Yes, the Courier is immortal, which is an insane feat. But even then, characters like V and Master Chief are way higher on the power scaling pole, simply because that's a key part of their character. Their world requires them to power up Goku style in order to keep going with the insanity of the world around them. The Courier fights through the mud, and the grit, and the blood, and the spit to claw a win. They're like the ODST of the Fallout universe. But in relation to Fallout itself, no, I don't think the Courier is overglazed at all. There's valid justification as to why they've got such a large and loyal fan base. From a writing perspective alone, they're one of 2 characters in the franchise that feel like they were written into an already existing world, rather than the world space be written around them, such as the case with the Sole Survivor. The Courier not only feels organic to the world space, but they feel organic to you, and they also feel like they have the most natural growth. And the reason for this is, well, like I said in previous videos, the Courier is you. You are the Courier. They're written in such a wonderful way that they can both be a character in their own right and also the perfect vehicle for the player to shape and mold as they choose. So no, in regards to Fallout, I don't think the Courier is overglazed, and I actually see way more hate on people for liking the character than I do for people pushing the character. Anyway, let me know what you think down below in the comment section, and I'll see you in the next video. Ninity out.